Till now, more than 100 people ask me this question repeatedly. And the people who ask this question ranges from somebody who just started in digital marketing to somebody who is the founder of well-funded startup. A lot of companies were not able to scale up their Facebook campaign, both in the performance side as well as in the brand side, because of this particular problem. Why my Facebook clicks are not translating into GA session? If the difference is 10 to 20%, as a marketer, I can understand and I can manage as well. However, if the difference is 50 to 90%, what should I do? Recently, founder of a well-funded startup asked me, Jagdish, I got funding, but however, I'm not able to move beyond Google search as an acquisition channel. Google display is not very effective for my category. Facebook, which I had a lot of hopes on and also plan to spend, is giving me nightmares with this whole click to session deviation. Trust me, he is not alone. There are a lot of people even today facing this problem. So in this video, I am going to explain why your Google session and Facebook clicks are not matching and how to rectify them effectively. I am going to explain this to you in 3 steps. In the first step, I am going to tell you how this whole deviation in the metric look like, followed by how should you see the Facebook clicks and what are the other metrics which you can see in the Facebook dashboard before seeing the GA session. In the second level, which is very important, I am going to take you one level deeper and tell you how should you actually analyze this problem. When I do this, you will realize that in the day-to-day life, something which you do and experience is the actual culprit which is causing this problem. Once you understand this, in the third step, I am going to tell you what are the few things which you can do to rectify this problem. Here, you are seeing index data of couple of campaigns which are run in the past. In the first campaign, if you see, the deviation between the Facebook clicks and GA session is close to 70%. If you take overall clicks which is reported in the Facebook dashboard and divided by the GA session, you are seeing a 70% deviation there. In the second one, you are seeing close to 85% deviation. However, this deviation is calculated based on the Facebook overall clicks. But that is not the metric you should actually see when you are running a campaign in Facebook. Unlike other display campaigns, users interact with Facebook ad in multiple ways. Many people treat Facebook ad as a normal feed item and try to interact with it instead of actually clicking on the link. So those interactions are generally the comments, the likes and also the share. Facebook includes this into its overall clicks. In order to check the actual clicks in your landing page URL, you have to check a metric called link clicks. This metrics you can put in your dashboard by clicking on the custom columns and choosing this metric from the list of other available metrics. You can also choose outbound click metric, which also represent the number of clicks which is clicked on your landing page URL. If you see this particular scenario, the overall clicks reported by Facebook is 2858. However, the number of clicks which actually clicked on the link are only 1914. This itself close to 30% drop. The rest of the clicks are actually happened on the post reaction, post comments and post share. Even though these campaigns are expected to bring the user to a landing page, because of the very nature of the ad in Facebook, people usually interact with them. It also helps in brand building. So, if you are running a performance-based campaign, you should only report the link clicks instead of the overall clicks. You can also report the outbound clicks. So, you should calculate your CPC based on the link click, which will be slightly higher than the CPC if it is calculated based on the overall click. However, if you are running a brand campaign, you can report overall click, and instead of cost per click, you can put a metric called cost per engagement, which is calculated based on the overall clicks. Before checking the GA session data, you should check the landing page metric in the Facebook dashboard itself. Like how you added the link click metric, you can just add the landing page view metric by going into the custom column drop down. Here in the example which I have taken, you can see the deviation in the outbound click and the landing page view in the Facebook itself. Most of the cases, the landing page view in the Facebook dashboard and the GA session data will be very close. Because Facebook pixel and GA pixel trigger in different point of time, if there is a bounce, user bounce, before one of the pixel get triggered, there will be a deviation in the number. Otherwise, most of the time, this data matches or will be very close to the GA session.
Till now in the first part, we saw three things. First, we saw how a deviation between a Facebook click and GA session look like with couple of examples. In the second part, we saw how exactly you should check the Facebook data. Instead of checking the all clicks data, which data you should actually check and why there is a deviation between all clicks and a link click. In the third part, I explained about how a landing page data or a session data which you're seeing in GA is also available in Facebook dashboard and how to check it. Now we move to the second part, which is very important, where I will be explaining why this is happening. And the third part, we will see how to rectify it. In order to understand why this click to session drop is happening, you have to add one more dimension to your Facebook dashboard. You can add this dimension by clicking on the breakdown menu and selecting platform and devices. If you do this, you will get the data which you just saw with two more dimensions. One dimension will be the platform on which the ad is being shown, that is Facebook, Instagram or Audience Network, and the second dimension will be on the device, Android, iOS and the web devices. So when you do this, your data will look exactly like this. So before getting into the metrics, I want you to imagine a following scenario and recall how was your experience when you had this scenario. You are browsing your Facebook feed in your phone and suddenly you are seeing a news article or a link for a news article embedded in your feed. It could be an ad also or it could be an organic feed as well. When you click on it, what exactly happened there? Instead of opening in the browser, the article or the web page will actually open inside your Facebook app itself. It is called web view. It is not only in the Facebook, in many apps the same thing happens, whether it is a LinkedIn, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter. The reason being, none of these apps want their user to go out of their app and see something outside. So they try to create and give the experience inside the app itself through a concept called web view. Unfortunately, this web view is not optimized for a very good user experience, maybe for an obvious reason. Because of this, if you are going to click on any link in your app, whether it is an ad or an organic click, it will open things in the web view, which generally takes a lot of time to load. What happens when something takes a lot of time to load? People bounce back to the previous screen, which is your newsfeed itself. Because of this, the bounce rate for a Android link click will be very high. However, if the same link click happen in the desktop, this opens in a new tab. So people generally go to the tab and then check the landing page, which means lower bounce rate in web-based link clicks. Now we will go back to the Facebook dashboard and see how this experience actually transferred into the data. In this report, we are seeing platform in which the ad is shown in the column number 1 and the device in which the ad is shown in the column number 2. Column number 3 and 4 has clicks and outbound clicks from each of this platform plus device combination, and finally we have landing page view in the last column.
In the first row, you see what is the outbound clicks to landing page ratio for an Android smartphone. Because of the patched experience of loading the landing page in the web view, the bounce rate here is close to 96%. And it is no different in iPhone. Actually, it is worse, where the bounce rate is 98%. Only 2% of the clicks are converting into a landing page view in iPhone, and 3.5 to 4% are converting in the Android phone. However, if you see the desktop, close to 80% of the outbound clicks are converting into a landing page view, which in turn gives better outcome. So if you go back to the first slide where I explained two scenarios, case number 1 and case number 2, basically in the case number 1, the percentage of the link click contribution from desktop is higher. Because of that, this drop off is lower, comparatively lower. And in the second case, the link click contribution from Android and iOS is higher. Because of this, there is a higher bounce rate and the click to session ratio is much lower. I don't want to get into the other placements because there the number is even lesser. Let's say for an audience network Android phone, the outbound click to landing page view is close to zero. One more interesting phenomenon to see here is click to outbound click drop off. If you see Android and iPhone, this drop is close to 40%. However, in the desktop, it is less than 10%. I have seen this scenario in multiple campaigns which I run. People tend to have non-link click interaction, basically comment or liking the post or sharing the post more when they see things in Android and iPhone, and this number is lesser in desktop. Now we clearly understood what is causing the huge drop off between Facebook click and GA session. To summarize what was said till now, this drop is happening because of two reasons. One, there is a drop between clicks and the actual outbound click on the link. And second, there is a huge drop off between outbound click to the landing page view, that is session, because of the poor experience happening in the Android phones and the iOS phones. So with this, the second part come to an end. In the third part, we will see what are the things which you can do to minimize or rectify these drop off. In performance based campaign, in order to minimize the deviation, separate your campaign by device, one for mobile and one for desktop. You can do this at the ad set level as well. Generally, people run performance based campaign for two reasons. One, for getting the bottom of the funnel objectives like conversion or app install. Second one, for bringing in lot of traffic to the site. So if your objective is to get the down the funnel conversions like app install or the lead, you don't have to worry about this. However, if your objective is to bring in a lot of traffic to your site, instead of optimizing for the link click, optimize for landing page view. I have tested both of this optimization. When we optimize for landing page view, I see the deviation between the link clicks, that is the outbound click, to the landing page view in GA minimized to a greater extent. You can follow that as well. If you are running a brand-based campaign and want to show something to the user which cannot be shown in the ad itself, you can choose either of these two options. If you want to show a text-based information to a user, you can create a Facebook instant article and give that link. If you want to show more visualized communication to the user, you can use Facebook Instant Experience. It is nothing but the Canvas ads which used to be there few years back. Currently, it is renamed as Instant Experience. People can have multiple interaction after clicking on this by zooming on this creative, scrolling up and down, and the loading experience of both Instant Article and Instant Experience is quite fast compared to how general loading happens in the web view. I hope now you understood why there is a huge deviation between your Facebook click and GA session and what is causing it and how to effectively rectify it. Thanks for watching this video. If you didn't understand any part of this video, drop a comment. I will respond to it. Even if you don't have any questions on this, drop a comment on what you liked about this video. I will be happy to hear that. See you in next video. Drop a bye.